Is natural talent a myth, and do you need it to learn guitar and actually be good at it? I hear it all the time.
Some people are just born with it.
Most people will never be able to play this thing no matter how much they practice.
After teaching hundreds of students over the last 24 years, I'm here to finally settle this and give you the truth about natural talent and whether or not you need it to learn music. So, is natural talent a myth? Well, after seeing thousands of students come through our doors here at the physical location and teaching hundreds myself, I can say with confidence that yes, natural talent is in fact a real thing. Everyone learns at a different pace, and some people just pick it up faster than others. But do you need it to play music and actually be good at it? Well, let me give you a real story. I had a student, Brad, fake name but real person, and I started teaching him in junior high, and he was a little freak. I taught him for a few years, and he definitely had natural talent. Music just came very easy for him. I would show him something new and he would pick it up right away. He had a really good ear and it seemed to just flow out of him, but there was one big problem. He was lazy. He hardly ever practiced, and as a teacher, this was extremely frustrating because it felt like such a waste of talent. He was pretty good, but I knew that if he practiced more and worked hard, he could be amazing. Eventually, he hit a plateau because his natural talent could only take him so far. So without putting the time in, he eventually hit a wall. He's an adult now and he still plays music, but honestly, he still kind of sounds like he did back then. He hasn't really progressed. And sure, he can play some stuff and he sounds good, but he's kind of stuck because his natural talent could only get him so far without putting the work in. And then there's my buddy Jeff.
My name is Jeff.
Who was my best friend in high school and one of my college roommates, and he classified himself as someone who did not have natural talent. In fact, it used to really irritate him when he would see people pick things up easily because he had to work hard at it. It did not come easy for him. He didn't pick things up right away, but what he did do, he worked harder than anyone I knew, and it paid off. He was a four-year all-stater in high school, and colleges were literally throwing money at him. He went to college, he placed at the top of his studio, and he ended up getting his doctorate in music and is now a music professor. The dude is an absolute beast, and if you hear him play now, you would think,
wow, it just flows out of him. He's got such a gift, so much talent.
But what you don't realize is that it didn't come easy. When a lot of other kids in college were out being distracted by extracurricular activities, Jeff was alone in the music building, practicing for hours, working hard. And Jeff's story is not unique. I could give you tons of other examples, like Tom Morello from Rage Against the Machine. He didn't even start playing until he was 17, and he said himself that he wasn't naturally gifted at all, but he practiced 4 to 8 hours every single day without fail. He said in college he would have a fever and a test at 8 a.m., but he would still get his 4 hours in. He was completely obsessed. And if you know anything about Tom, you know he's an absolute beast. Now, I'm not saying that you have to practice 4 hours a day, although if you did and you were practicing the right way, you would see crazy results, but hopefully you get the point. Now, what if you're an adult and you're just getting started and you're thinking, well, that's great for Jeff and Tom, but they were teenagers when they started and I feel like I've missed the window. Well, let me tell you, it doesn't matter. I've taught plenty of adults who put the time in and were able to progress just fine and play their favorite songs. Now, I do realize this is a bit funny coming from the guy who named his company The Talent House, but the truth is, you don't need talent to be good at music. You need hard work. But what if you have been working hard and you're not seeing progress? Well, there's a few mistakes you're probably making, but more on that in a second. Now, is it a bit of an advantage if you do have natural talent? For sure. And if you're someone who does have it, that's awesome, but it's only going to take you so far. You still got to put the work in and you have to be consistent. And if you're someone who thinks they do not have natural talent, please don't let that discourage you or prevent you from trying. I've seen so many people who gave up within the first couple months of playing because they didn't feel like they had natural talent, and I've seen it prevent people from even starting. So don't be the person that quits right before their breakthrough. I want you to know that hard work will always win. Tom Morello and my buddy Jeff didn't pick it up fast, but they outworked everyone. Now, if you have been practicing hard, but you're still not seeing results, it's not simply about putting the time in. You really have to understand the most important thing: how to practice. There are 5 practice mistakes I see my students make over and over in my lessons, and it ruins their progress. So if you want to make sure you're not making those, click on this video right here.